Did you know that more than 70% of people spend their entire life working without achieving the much-dreamed financial freedom? Maybe you are stuck in this same routine, known as rat race. Working more, spending more, never leaving the place. But what if I said there is a way to escape it and build a life where you control your money, not the other way around? In this video, I'll show you how to break out of this vicious cycle and take the first steps towards true financial freedom. The rat race is a term popularized by Robert Kiyosaki in his book Rich Father, Poor Father. He describes the cycle in which many people get stuck. Working hard, making money, spending almost everything on bills and debts, and then starting again next month without ever leaving this cycle. It is a life of survival, not progress. But why does this happen? Part of the problem is in what we learn, or rather, in what we don't learn about money. Most schools teach the importance of getting a good job, but they almost never talk about how to build assets, invest, or create passive income. So, we grew up with the idea that working more is the only solution. And here's the truth. Working more is not always the way to financial freedom. In fact, those who really achieve financial independence have learned to play a different game. They ran away from the rat race, stopped trading time for money, and started building sources of income that work for them. In this video, we will explore what it means to escape from this trap. I will explain the most common mistakes that keep us stuck, and more importantly, how you can start building your financial freedom today. How to escape the rat race and build true financial freedom. The rat race is like a hamster wheel. You run as fast as you can, but you never seem to get anywhere. This cycle starts with good intentions, getting a steady job, paying your bills, and maybe even achieving some comfort. But many people end up stuck in a financial pattern that seems inescapable. Even as they earn more money, they increase their spending and continue to live paycheck to paycheck without building wealth or freedom. This phenomenon is known as lifestyle inflation, and it's what keeps so many people in the rat race. You trade in your budget car for a more expensive one, subscribe to streaming services, buy a fancy phone, and before you know it, you're spending as much as you earn or even more. To break out of this cycle, it's essential to understand what's really happening with your money and change your mindset. Part of the problem is a lack of financial education. Many of us spent years in school learning complex formulas, but never had a lesson on how to manage money. This leaves us vulnerable to making basic mistakes, like accumulating unnecessary debt or spending without planning. The good news is that it's never too late to learn. A simple but powerful concept is compound interest. Imagine that you invest 100 Brazilian reals per month with a return rate of 8% per year. In 10 years, you will have accumulated more than 18,000 Brazilian reals, even though you only invested 12,000 Brazilian reals. This is the kind of knowledge that can transform your relationship with money. In addition, it is crucial to understand the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket, such as stocks, real estate, or a course that increases your income. A liability is the opposite, something that takes money away, such as debt or impulse purchases. The secret to escaping the rat race is to focus on accumulating assets and minimizing liabilities. Now, how do you do this in practice? The first step is to create a detailed budget. List all your expenses and income to identify where you can cut costs. Often, subscriptions that we hardly use or unnecessary leisure expenses consume a significant portion of the budget. At the same time, build an emergency fund that covers 3 to 6 months of your expenses. This will prevent you from resorting to debt in unexpected situations. After that, it's time to invest in knowledge. Read books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, watch videos about finance, and learn how investments work, such as stocks, real estate funds, and even online businesses. Financial education is one of the most powerful tools you can acquire. In addition, automate your investments. Set up automatic transfers to your investment account every month. This ensures that you are building your financial future without relying on daily discipline. Escape from the rat race also requires a change in mindset. Stop associating money only with consumption and start seeing it as a tool to create freedom. Ask yourself, am I spending in a way that is aligned with my goals? Or how can I make my money work for me? In addition, it is essential to be patient. Real wealth is not built overnight. Small daily decisions, such as saving and investing consistently, create surprising results in the long term. A good example is the story of a young woman who, with a modest salary, saved 20% of her income and invested it in index funds. In 10 years, she accumulated a significant amount that now generates enough passive income to cover part of her expenses. Ultimately, building passive income streams is one of the most effective ways to escape the rat race. Passive income is money that you earn without having to actively work for it. Investing in dividend-paying stocks, rental properties, and digital products like ebooks and online courses are some options. Start small and choose a strategy that works for you. In the end, escaping the rat race is not a distant dream. It is something that anyone can achieve with knowledge, planning, and consistency. It is not about luck, but rather about making smart financial decisions every day. If you follow these steps, you will be much closer to achieving the financial freedom you desire. Escaping the rat race does not happen overnight, but it is also not as complicated as it seems. It all starts with a simple mindset adjustment. Understanding that money should work for you, not the other way around. Recognizing that financial education is essential to creating a life of freedom is the first step. Consider this. Do you want to keep running the rat race or start building something that really matters? The rat race keeps us busy, but it never gets us where we want to go. The key to changing this is to make different choices. Spend wisely, save and invest, and always seek to learn more. If you apply the principles discussed in this video, you will be much closer to achieving financial independence. It's not about winning the lottery or finding shortcuts. It's about consistency and planning. Start small, but start now. And remember, true financial freedom is not just about money in the bank. It's about being in control of your time, making fearless choices, and living according to your values. If you enjoyed this content, subscribe to the channel for more practical tips on how to build financial freedom. Leave a comment with your biggest question on the topic, and we will continue this conversation in the next videos. The future you want starts today.